welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Masego, and in this video we will be discussing fare calculation. So this is an introduction to fare calculation. If you find this video helpful, please give it a huge thumbs up, click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share to help a fellow tourism student. Please note, this video is based on the TVET syllabus for students studying towards a national certificate in tourism. Notes, textbooks, slides, and previous question papers can be found on the Future Manager's website, which will be linked in the description box below. What you will need to complete your fare calculation is the fare calculation template. So that's where you will be writing it out. And then you have the fare handout. The fare handouts are then used to check information, like to check for your prices and your flight schedules for the respective airlines. You will see that in some cases we have Central Airlines included as the third airline, but for this case study we only use British Airways and SAA. So you will need your British Airways SAA handouts and the ones that come with the taxes, the handouts with the taxes on them, taxes for each city, airport, airline. Then you need a calculator, a pencil, and an eraser. So please note, your pencil and eraser are only going to be used for practice purposes, just so that you don't use a lot of paper. You can just erase the question and rewrite again. But when you go write your exams, you really need to use a black pen or a blue pen. So make sure that you adhere to that, and then don't use pens interchangeably, like different colors interchangeably. Just make sure you have a blue pen with a backup blue pen, like two backup blue pens waiting to pick up where your first pen might stop. So with international fare calculation or domestic fare calculation, you will usually be given a scenario like the one that you are given in this slide. The scenario says in the slide, you work for pleasure travel in Durban, IATA number 77235467. Today is the 13th of September 2019. Mrs. Andrea van Rensburg and her daughters Maria, who is 10 years old, and Celeste at 14 months old, came to your office and they would like to make the following booking. So the scenario gives you information. It's important for you to read the scenarios because they give you very vital information. Like what? Like the date. So usually when you go to N5, the date of reservation becomes important, especially if you are dealing with advance purchased fares or special fares. Then you need to check the date that you will need to apply for those, that you will need to apply for a discount or a special fare. Then Miss Andrea and her daughters Maria, who is 10. This tells you that Maria cannot be charged an adult fare because she is 10 years old. So that means you will have to give her a discount under the category children. And Celeste, who is 14 months, came to your office. So it also gives you information about Celeste, meaning that you will also have to calculate for Celeste, who is 14 months old. This falls under the category infants. So they come into your office and they would like to make the following booking. So usually if there's any other thing that you will need to add, say you need to calculate travel insurance, you need to calculate car hire, you need to calculate anything else, they will give you that information in the scenario. So for now, they just said these people came into your office. There's the three of them, and they need you to do a fare calculation on the route going Durban to Johannesburg, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Cape Town, Bloemfontein, Bloemfontein, Durban again. So then you take this information and then you write it into your fare calculation template. So the important information that you're going to include in your fare calculation template is then going to be your carrier. Your carrier is found under your flight numbers, and then your class is found directly thereafter. Then you have the date of travel, so it shows you on which days they are going to be traveling. So the first date of travel is going to be the 6th of October, the second one is the 10th, and so on and so forth. Then it shows you the route. These people are going to be departing Durban, going to Johannesburg, then departing Johannesburg, going to Cape Town, departing Cape Town, going to Bloem, and then departing Bloem, going to Durban. And then here you have all the extra information, including the time of arrival and departure, and so on and so forth. So for now, all we are going to be looking at is your all we're going to be looking at is your the route. The template itself looks like this. So when you draw the template in your book, or when you look at the template that will be given to you in your test paper, it will look like this. But for the sake of this study, I'm going to be dividing this template into two halves so that you can see the information go in properly. So as you can see in the first slide, for this calculation, we first write out the route. So we write out the route. The route is Durban, Johannesburg, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Cape Town, Bloem, Durban. Then we have the following carriers. So when you are departing Durban, Johannesburg, you're going to be using British Airways class Y. Then the next sector is Johannesburg to Cape Town, which is British Airways class B. And then Cape Town, Bloem, SAA class Y. And then Bloem, Durban, SAA class K. So now we have now plotted the information that we found in the previous slide. This information then is now in the fare calculation. Then we go consult our handouts. And we find out how much each flight is. So we consulted our handouts, and then we went Durban, Johannesburg, British Airways class Y. For the adult, we charged 900 rand. For the child, we charged 610, and for the infant, we charged 90. This is because the child and the infant have discounts. So for some airlines, you find that the discount is pre-calculated for you, but for some airlines it is not, and that means you will have to then calculate the discount manually. And that is what you will see here with British Airways. The fare is already given to you. You see 1,200 rand for a flight departing Johannesburg, Cape Town, and then you have 810 and 120 for the next flight. Then when we get to flights for SAA, you had to then manually calculate, and that's why you have figures like this. because you had to then go on and manually calculate 67 percent of one. So 57% of 1,170 is in this one, and then 10% of that same number is that one, the 117. So after identifying the fares that we are going to be charging for each sector and each individual, we then move on to the second part of the fare calculation box, which is at the bottom. In this second half, we now start adding up the taxes that the airport and the various service providers will charge, or including also the VAT and so on and so forth. So we then add up from the top, we add up all the amounts that we charged for each sector, and then after adding them up, they then come into each box. So this is the total amount you're going to be charging for the adult, then this is the total amount you are going to be charging for the child, and this is the total amount you are going to be charging for the infant. Then at this point, we apply the principle that we need to round up to the nearest 10 rand. So you will see that this 4,300 is already a round figure. We are then going to round up the amount for the child and the amount for the infant. So now we rounding up to the nearest 10 rand, which makes it now 2,920, and then for the infant it makes it 440. Then from there we have to then calculate the VAT. So to calculate the VAT, you are going to apply 15% VAT. So we're looking for 15% of 4,330, which then gave us this figure 649 rand 50. Then you have your VAT for the child and your VAT for the infant. Then the following thing to do is to charge PSC. Now PSC is charged for a departure in each and every city. Now, if we go back to the previous slide, you will see that we are departing from Durban, we are departing from JNB, we are departing from Cape Town, and we are departing from Bloem. So you will then go to each city, you will go to your fare handout, and under taxes you will look for the tax that is dedicated for each departure city, then add it up. So you will charge the departure tax for Durban, Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Bloemfontein, then add it up, and that will give you how much your PSC is. So PSC then gave us 195 for the adult, 195 for the child, and then for the infant, when we went into the rules, the PSC said we must exempt the infant, so we don't charge PSC for the infant. Then you have your SC tax, that is 6 rand per departure from any South African airport. So we have now approximately 4 departures, so it's going to be 6 times 4, give us 24, and then we write it up in this box with the code EV. I don't think I mentioned that your PSC, with PSC you use the code ZA, and then with that you use the code ZV. YR and your YQ will be charged per airline. So when we look at the slide, we can see that there is we need to charge for British Airways 2 times whatever amount they charge. We're going to charge it 2 times, and then for SAA we're going to charge it 2 times. So in your YQ boxes, it is double the amount that is charged per airline because we had to add it 2 times. Then from there we add up all the costs. So we add up the rounded fare in cases you did round off your fare, or your fare in cases where you have nothing in this box, right? Then you add up all the taxes. You add up the VAT, you add up the YRYQSC taxes, you add them up, and then they will then give you how much in total the adult is going to be paying. You repeat the process for the child. So the child, you're going to take the rounded fare and add up all the taxes, and then it will give you how much the child is going to be paying in total. And then the same process also applies for your infant. This brings us to the end of this session. Please do share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell to receive updates each time I post. Till the next session, bye guys.